Can you guys tell me what's in the water in California? On October 24th in the year of our Lord 2022, after one of the absolute best foot chases that I've seen, a Hayward man was fatally shot by police while attempting to hijack a car. But why did the police have to shoot him, and what led up to this happening? And generally the answer to that question tends to be simple, yet people overcomplicate things. But let's take a look. The Hayward Police Department's dispatch center got several 911 calls regarding a male banging on a door in an apartment complex, which in and of itself isn't that out of the norm, but the male was also holding a gun. One of those calls comes from the man's ex-girlfriend's mother, who is in her apartment.
Okay, what's going on, honey?
So my doorbell just rang. It was my daughter's ex-boyfriend, and he came in here and he showed me a gun. I kicked him out, but he's still like ringing our doorbell. My neighbor told me he's like banging on our door right now.
The ex-boyfriend, whose name was not released at the time, is heard banging on the door several times.
He's banging on the door right now. And my 2-year-old is here screaming.
With a handgun?
Yes.
I don't know the history of this, but this dude's mad.
I really feel like he's banging on this door with this gun.
A little later on in the call, you can hear some gunshots going off.
Now I hear some noise. I don't know if these are gunshots I'm hearing now or what. Yeah, he's shooting.
And the caller tells the dispatcher that he's now shooting her daughter's car.
He just shot my daughter's car. He just shot her car.
He shot the car. Now he's running?
Yeah, oh wait, yes.
A boy just out here racking up felonies. But wait, there's more. He takes off in a silver Mercedes and makes it to Highway 580 and Eden Canyon Road, where he gets pitted by one of the officers. The officer tries giving him commands and then notifies the other officers he's still got the gun in his hand.
Get your hands up! He's armed with a gun. He's armed with a gun.
Ex-boyfriend bails and takes off on foot. Now let's talk about case law for a second. Specifically Tennessee v. Gardner, which defines the justification for use of deadly force on a fleeing felon. And to make it easier on both of us, I'll just read it verbatim. Tennessee v. Gardner is a civil case in which the Supreme Court of the United States held that under the Fourth Amendment, when a law enforcement officer is pursuing a fleeing suspect, the officer may not use deadly force to prevent escape unless, quote, the officer has probable cause to believe that the suspect poses a significant threat of death or serious physical injury to the officer or others, unquote. So here's a question I'll pose to you, and take into consideration this man has a gun. He's fired it, but not at people. He's still got it in his hands even after police have told him to drop it. At what point in this incident do you think deadly force is justified? Now back to the video on why I think this is one of the best foot pursuits I've ever seen. Now truthfully, up until the end, this foot pursuit is rather uneventful, but the officer runs for about 1.5 minutes with gear and is hardly gassed at the end. And I measured it with my super special map software, and it's about 1,100 feet or 340 meters. Throughout the chase, the officer is able to communicate effectively and even give commands to the suspect while he's running.
Drop the gun or you won't get hurt!
He even refuses to hop in the car when one of his buddies asks him.
Go! Go!
And sure, it's not like he ran a marathon. It may not be the most impressive thing in the world, but it's a demonstration of the need to constantly exercise and stay in shape. So when you need to, you can keep pace with a suspect or even overtake him. Anyway, back to the commentary. Ex-boyfriend here happens upon a poor unsuspecting driver who rounds the corner and comes face to face with a gun-wielding suspect running from the police. And it's hard to tell on the body cam from this distance and angle, but I think he points his gun at the car. And the officer starts giving him spoilers on how this is gonna end.
Don't! You're gonna get shot if you go in that car! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot!
He still tries the handle of the Jeep, which is fortunately locked. At this point, our guy has racked up felony after felony. We have reckless discharge of a firearm in a populated area. We have felony amounts of damage to the car that he shot. We have fleeing from the police, and now attempted carjacking while armed. So back to the question I posed, at what point is deadly force justified? Our reasonable officer here judged that there was no justification up until the time our armed suspect tried to carjack a person and then still refused to drop the gun after being told to. Ultimately, this does seem like a case that falls under the justification of Tennessee v. Gardner. But as always, I want to know your thoughts, so drop a comment. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I plan on releasing an everyday carry video at 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to share this as well. This is Tased and Confused, out.